What's up, Hoochies? I am back with the latest Convos with you, and I'm pretty sure you're surprised that you're looking at me and not necessarily just hearing me. And I have a guest here with me, Coach T Lane. Hey,
Hey.
girl. We are so excited to be here today because one, this is the first episode that I'm actually recording live, and I knew I couldn't have this episode just audio. Like it wouldn't suffice. Like no. So, and I knew I wanted to have my girl come on here, especially to bring in and reel in this series that we're talking about. If you haven't listened already, we have been talking about what else? Sex. Come on now.
Oh,
Yes. And
yeah.
I just knew she was the perfect person. So yeah, episode 16, we're here. You already know how I come when it comes to lace combos. We keep it very transparent, keep it lace, keep it sexy, hilarious, and of course, it's just me living in my true vivid colors here and bringing y'all along with me. So why not get settled and get ready for the ride? So I want to say thank you so much for joining me, boo. I'm
You
so
are
excited.
welcome.
Yay!
It's an honor to be here. I'm excited for these things we're about to get into today.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. I've been talking about it like literally all week, probably since I started the podcast, because I kind of knew what I wanted to talk about. And literally, when I thought about this subject, I thought about you. Literally. I had a couple of people that I was like, I have to invite A, B, and C, and you are A, okay? So this just makes me even more excited to see it actually come into fruition of us having a conversation, and like we talked about previously, it's just us keeping it real, keeping it transparent.
Right.
I have a million and one questions, and I know that you are like the expert. Okay, so just to give the people a little bit about you, y'all know I love to make a good friend over the internet. Okay, that's my motto. That's what I do. And I literally reached out to Coach T last year, almost a little bit around this time, or maybe sometime in October. I reached out to her for something personally. I was going through this whole thing of trying to figure out what the roadblock was when it came to me sexually, when it came to me in intimacy and all of that. And I reached out to her because I randomly went on, as I like to call them, the Black people pages, Instagram. And I typed in, I think like sex coach or something like that, and literally you popped up. Like I typed in the hashtag. And of course, the world is small and social media is even smaller.
Yeah.
You popped up, never met you, didn't know where you was at, but I was like, oh my gosh, she just exudes this confidence, this light, this relatability, this connection. Like I have to message you. And what started like me messaging you started me following you and supporting you and seeing exactly what you were doing with your movement, with the things that you were trying to do, not just to empower yourself, but other women and young women. And I thought that was pretty dope. Like I've never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And I'm here for it. So of course I'm gonna give you a little time to tell us all about you, honey.
Yeah. No, and Drew, like I thank you, like just the way that you came about finding me, because this is what I do it for. I'm always like, if what I do can touch at least one woman or one young girl, then I've served my purpose. So I'm excited that the universe brought us together,
I
and
know.
yeah, the conversation today, I feel like it's gonna, well, we talked about it, like it's gonna just be so good for
Yeah.
so many females,
Yeah.
and some men too. But
Absolutely.
I'm excited for this. But
Yes.
yeah, like I'm T Lane. You can call me T Lane, girl.
Okay, girl.
I yeah, we can throw the coach out. But I'm a life coach and I'm a sexologist. And what I do is I work with females of all ages. I inspire them to be their best self, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, and yes, sexually. And
Hello.
the sex part is a part that's like real close to my heart, because I was someone who, like, my first sexual experiences, they weren't pleasurable experiences. They were actually experiences that I ain't even want. I mean, if you
Mhm.
can read between the lines on there. And
Yeah.
so I had to do a lot of healing, girl. A whole lot of healing. I had to figure out how to like get rid of shame associated with sex, how to really like be confident in a bedroom. Like I'm a wife. I've been with my husband for 13 years. In the
Yes.
beginning,
Wow.
yeah, in the beginning of our relationship, I was like, I wanted to take it there sometimes, but I was like a
Mhm.
little like held back because of things that had happened to me. So I had to unlearn a lot sexually,
Mhm.
then relearn and figure out what it is that I like, what I wanted
Yeah.
and stuff. And that led to a passion of me wanting to do that for other females too. So that's
Awesome.
why I'm here. Yeah. And the
Yes.
life coach part ties into it because you can't have great sex if your life ain't on point.
You
Okay?
can't be out
Especially
here.
for us women.
Hello. And that's something I had to realize when I first reached out to you. Like I said in our private conversation, I needed to go through some healing before I even tapped into the whole art of like having sex, making love, intimacy. It was some traumas that I needed to go ahead and recover from and maneuver through. And it's so funny how life works because we literally circle back around a year later and I'm in a much better space to be able to think about this, talk about it, and hell, do it from a space of healing versus a space of feeling obligated or feeling forced in a situation. I want to be here versus I have to be here. Or this is
Yeah.
my duty. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited. Like this is so dope. As I always tell my audience, as I always tell my hoochies, as I call them.
Hey,
I always tell
Hoochie.
yes. I always tell my hoochies that it's just me striving to be a better me every day. Who I was yesterday, I just want to be better than that. And this is all a part of the process. A lot of times we avoid conversations like this. We don't know how to proceed in conversations like this, whether it's with friends, family, our significant others, whomever. Hell, I remember days when I would go to the doctor and I'm nervous. I'm going to the OBGYN and I'm nervous. Like, she see coochies every day. Like, what do you mean you nervous? Like,
Yeah.
but it takes a lot to be transparent about that and to just be upfront and say, hey, not only am I nervous, but I also want to learn more just to break that generational curse and just to break that taboo feeling and the stigma of saying that we can't have mature conversation about sex. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited what type of magic we're about to make. Like this is gonna be mind blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. What sparked your interest when it comes to sex? Like what grasped your attention? Obviously, who doesn't like it as far as the pleasure? But wanting to like I guess you could say take it to the point of like exposing other women, seeing that hey, I'm not in this alone. Other women actually feel the same way that I do or have the same issue.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like what's made me want to
Like
help
to
other
yeah,
females?
like to go out and like, hey, let's talk about it. Let me be a sexologist and coach you through it. Like what was the inspiration behind it? Because it can be quite intimidating.
Yeah. No, it's because it's freeing for me in a sense, if that makes sense. And then it's also I believe that we go through things, and that's just always been my mentality. Like
Mm-hmm.
God allows us to go through things no matter how hard or how painful they are, so that we can learn how to overcome them and then teach somebody else how to do the same. And so that's why, like, that's what it is for me. It was kind of like me taking back control of my sexuality. Like I'm gonna teach about it, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna help other females, because we sometimes we can think we the only one in the world, like we just going through something, or the only one who has experienced something. But nah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there who can relate, and they're just looking for somebody to show them that they're not alone. And so I just that it empowers me to empower other females on
Okay.
how to just embrace their sexuality. So that's what
Absolutely.
got me into it.
I love it. Liberating is the word that comes to
Yes.
mind when I hear this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're basically taking the voice back of that situation. You know what I mean? Turning it
Yeah.
from something traumatic to something like this is victorious. I turned this around.
Mm-hmm.
I now own this. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then girl. All right. Well, anytime I have a guest, we always play a little game because I mean, what's a good time without a game? But we always play a little game. And on this,
Jill, what you about to have me do, girl?
not with the mug. Look, not with the mug. Girl, so we're gonna play this.
Let me sip on that one.
Yes, girl. Take your little sip. Get ready. This is going to be hilarious because once again, everybody knows me. When it comes to sex, I get so bashful. I am such a like. In a way, I hate to use this. Well, no, I don't hate to use this term. In a way, like I think things, but I don't verbally say them. So for me to be having a conversation and people see my face, fair warning. Fair warning. My
And that's
face
what I
is
like too.
yes.
Like just talking about it openly because it's something that people be like, oh, you gotta be hush hush about. You gotta be in
Right.
the private. So talking about it
Exactly.
openly, like it definitely like it
Yes.
kind of turn you on a little bit. That's normal.
You know, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yes, I went out. I was hanging out with a friend yesterday and a friend of the opposite sex, and I was just like, I was so nervous. So we played like this little game where he kind of prepared me for this conversation. And I was like, oh my God, stop it. Stop doing this. But it was cool. Like, he was like, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. So we're here now. So we're going to play this game called Who Wants to Be the Freak of the Week? And it's similar to like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And we both had to prepare 2 questions for each other, multiple choice, where we both have to answer. You have 2 lifelines. 2. The 2 lifelines are either phone a freak, which a friend, family, whoever you consider a freak, if you can't get the answer, or 50-50 where we remove 2 wrong choices. So, since you're my guest, I'm going to allow you to ask me your first question.
Oh, and I don't know why my mind was like when you said we was gonna do this. I was like, oh, you was gonna bring me 2 questions.
Oh,
so but no, it's cool.
I can start. You want me to start? Girl, no.
Okay,
Look,
because I can come up with something on the spot now.
Okay, now
I can come up.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me see. Well, you know what? No, let me say because I don't know. I might take it too far.
Listen, there is no limits. We here now, okay? To the window, to the wall. Okay, we here now.
Okay. So let's start with this then.
Okay.
Would you rather get your toes sucked, get your ass ate, experience a golden shower, or have your hair pulled?
Oh. Let me go with the safest answer. No, let me stop. Let me think about this. Okay. So I know golden showers was one. That's a no for me. And that's been in recent topics. That's a no for me. It's just a no for me. Hair pull. I mean, I got enough hair now where that could happen. So it's like, I'm not a feet person. But I've never experienced that either. Or what was the other one? My ass ate. Oh.
Have your ass ate. Eating them groceries.
We gonna go with eat the groceries for 100. Yeah, we gonna go with that. I mean, I feel like that's the most pleasurable one out of all of that. We gonna go with that. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine the playback. But yes, we're gonna go with that.
Jill, but let me tell you, Jill, you gotta try it's some sensation, it's some nerves in them toes, girl.
Really?
It's some nerves in them toes that lead up to the clitoris. I'ma just say that. Okay, we can go.
Really? Are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna have to try it. Well, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to do both. I'll take both of those. Okay, can I get a buy one get one? Let me get both. Okay. All right. Well, my questions are very vanilla compared to what you just asked, but we gonna go with it. Very vanilla, but you know, we here now. All right. In 2020, what country ranked as number 1 when it comes to self-pleasure? A, the USA. B, Spain. C, Britain. D, Canada. I told you.
When it comes to sexual pleasure?
Self-pleasure.
Self-pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got USA.
Spain, Britain, Canada.
I don't know why. I'm feeling.
What you feeling?
I'm feeling. Okay, I want to get rid of 2 wrong answers.
Okay. 2 wrong answers. Spain and Canada.
Oh.
I know, right? Because I surely would have thought Spain.
Me too. Like that's what I was getting ready to go with. But okay, come on, two wrong answers gone away. Um, I don't know. It seems so obvious. That would be the obvious choice. But I guess let's go with the good old United States of America.
No, it was actually Britain.
Ooh.
But then I thought about it years ago. I was young, but I went to Amsterdam and I remember just like being in the airport. Granted, Britain is not Amsterdam, but it's still in the Europe, UK area. I went there and I was in the airport and I remember, you know how you go to like a Barnes and Noble or whatever bookstore and they have like the raunchy or the XXX magazines like to the back, and it's covered. That was to the front. Everything was out in the open. So when you think about like red light district and stuff like that, they're very open when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to nudity, when it comes to even like medicinal and weed and stuff like that. Like very open compared to the U.S. We just like the closet freaks. I think that's what I think. Yeah. We the closet freaks, and they don't know. I told you it was vanilla, girl. Clearly, I didn't understand the assignment, but I got you next time.
But okay, I got another one for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. What is the biggest sex organ?
Oh shit.
Is it the penis? Is it the clitoris? Is it the brain? Or is it the skin? Or is it both the brain and the skin?
Both the brain and the skin. No. Yes.
See, I need to give you another one. I feel like that was a giveaway.
Was it right though?
No, that is. It actually is. Your brain, and people refer to the brain and the skin as the biggest sex organs because you gotta think like getting turned on and aroused. It starts in the mind, in the brain first, and then like just getting rubbed on. It is like one of the 5 love languages. Touch, being touched on can arouse you too. So
exactly, that's what I said. That see, I be knowing a little something,
You know
a little bit. Okay, all right. I'm gonna ask you mine. Okay. Women in a relationship of blank amount of time are more than 6 times as likely to orgasm during a sexual encounter than a woman with a first time hookup. Is it A, 1 month? So women in a relationship of 1 month, 8 months, 1 year, or 6 months are more than 6 times as likely to orgasm during a sexual encounter than a woman with a first time hookup.
See, I feel like the longer you are in a relationship, the more comfortable you are with expressing your sexual desires. Mm-hmm. You might not want to tell boo on the first night hookup that you like to be licked behind the ear. Like, they send you to another way. Right. So, I don't know. Drew, I'm going to have to... But then again, you know what? Let me use that. Can I use my lifeline again?
Use your lifeline.
Okay, take away 2 of the wrong answers.
A year and 1 month is taken away. So now you have 8 months, 6 months.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Let's go with 8 months.
It's actually 6, but you were close. It's 6 months. It says, well, per the research that I found online, women in a relationship of 6 months are more than 6 times as likely to orgasm during a sexual encounter than a woman with the first time hookup. But it goes with what you were saying. Women are more comfortable in a longer time frame. Over time, you get to learn a person, your inhibitions, kind of reduce over time versus a first time hookup. The pressure to perform is at an all-time high, So yes.
But you know what, Drew? But you know what? That makes sense because the longer that you're in a relationship too, it's easier to stop being sexually pleased because partners may get comfortable and not do the things they used to do. So you know what?
That's true. That makes sense. Think about that. That is another perspective to look at it because you become content like, oh, I don't need to get sexy. I don't need to spice it up. This is just regular. Mm-hmm. You got a point. You got another question for me, girl?
I do not. I
You
don't.
don't? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. No, but I feel like those type of questions are really cool to kind of break down or at least start the topic of what we are talking about today. Um, for me, like I said earlier, this is all me working in the process of learning more about myself. I'm in this current season of learning what I like and what I don't like. And that's on all spectrums of my life. So now that we're here talking about sex, good old sex, I'm learning that a lot of things that I say no to is just based upon bias and not necessarily based upon experience. So I really don't know if I don't like it or not. I just know that the norm is you shouldn't like it or that's taboo. So I go with the norm. And I'm not saying I'm out here trying to, do any and everything, but I'm out here living my life where I want to do more experiencing versus just spectating. Because I feel like life should be lived like that, right? So I want to enjoy life and not just let it flow past me and I never get to experience. So with that being said, I realized that a lot of my experiences when it comes to sex hasn't necessarily been pleasurable because I really didn't know what I liked. So I didn't know what the end goal was. I didn't know what to expect. Maybe I wasn't that comfortable with that person. I just saw something online the other day. It was like one of those quotes or memes or whatever, where it said that a woman, is not unusual for a woman to become like this all of a sudden, quote unquote, freak, after one. Let's just say she's dealing with one person, then she goes to another person, and she becomes this opposite woman. Where maybe with the first person she was very timid, or she just wasn't outgoing when it comes to the bedroom life. But then she gets with the second person, and she's like the freak of the week, or the freak of the century. And it's because maybe possibly that comfort level you know so today's topic is the power in the pee. And I know when I release this, people are gonna be like, oh, she's talking about pussy, which I mean, you can. You can, but honestly, I'm talking about pleasure. And just like last week, we started the episode and we talked about, finding your sexy, realizing that it's okay to be sexy. It's okay to tap into that. It starts at home, pleasure starts at home and spreads abroad, right? So, I want to start the conversation about self pleasure. Like, let's get in tune with us first, right? So we've already talked about tapping into that sexiness, tapping into you, being okay with just the thought of being sexy, but like with recognizing and acknowledging the sexy within us, how does that play a part in pleasure? And I really want to get your take on it. And like let's throw some stuff out there as to like what helped you tune into that.
Mm. I don't know. Like, it's just, there was something inside of me where I just realized, like, it's not somebody else's responsibility to give me pleasure. Like, this is something I need to know about myself. And then it was like like I said in the beginning, I had my first sexual experiences. I weren't in
Mm-hmm.
control of those. And so I went through this phase where it was just all about control for me. And so I'm like, I wanted to learn my body so I can tell
Mm-hmm.
somebody else how, like, what Megan Thee Stallion say in
Right.
her song. Don't fuck me like that. Fuck me
Oh,
like
girl, I
this.
was like, girl, I don't know. Tell me. Yes. Okay.
So I wanted it. Yeah, it's just it's empowering for a female, I believe, to know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it is. Like, nah, you got to hit the right side of my clitoris, or you got to put me at this angle. I think it's such an empowering thing, especially when just in the social media world, or even just anything. Like when you think about a woman's body, it's always more than likely viewed like we are just to serve the
Mm-hmm.
pleasure of somebody else. So I think it's empowering, and that's what made me like really get into it. It's empowering for me to know my own body and be able to tell somebody else like what I need to
Yeah.
experience that pleasure.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it a buck, which I always do. When it comes to self pleasure, like for instance, when it comes to like getting sexy, I had to learn last year. One of my assignments when going through the whole like therapy process and going through the healing process was to find out what made me feel sexy, right? What got me in the mood.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And so I really didn't know. Like I was like, oh, whatever. It's almost like out of sight, out of mind for me. If I don't think about it, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So, I literally had to sit down with myself and like have a moment I'll never forget. I came home after work and I was like, all right, I gotta figure out what it is that makes me aroused, like what it is that makes me get in this mood. So I came home, took a hot shower, put on something comfortable, and then my first assignment was to listen to music. One, make a playlist of music, like sexy music. And so I literally still have this playlist, girl. And it's called Sexy Time, okay? I'll share it with y'all. But anywho, yes, it was
Please.
different artists on there, and you know what was crazy? It wasn't just all slow music either, or just like R&B. I had some Kevin Gates on there because I really didn't know what, I guess you could say, what momentum really took me there. Like what momentum carried me into that zone of feeling it, you know? And so I literally laid on my living room floor in the dark with candles lit, just listening to the music and just really trying to meditate my way into this space. And that was the start of me getting comfortable. I said in the last episode, it's me like learning to be comfortable in my own skin, in my own body. I'm a plus size woman, I'm a tall woman. And it took a lot of time, and it's still a process now getting comfortable in who I am and what I present to the world, right? And so now I'm more comfortable with walking around naked in my own place. I don't have no kids, no man. So I don't know what I was nervous from, but but just getting comfortable with that, and that helps me get into the mood. You know what I mean? I mean, even just going buy myself flowers, or doing a solo date and coming back and like setting the mood, drinking a glass of wine, whatever it is to really kind of wind down and relax me and make me comfortable. So I'm gonna ask you, what turns you on? What's something that helps you get in the mood and settle you?
You know what, Drew? I believe like this is where the life coaching in me
Mm-hmm.
comes from. 'Cause like I said, like you can't be a sexy self. You can't even be in the mood for sex if things in life are off. And I'm real big on mental health. So
Yeah.
things like following my routine that makes me feel so sexy. Like my husband knows when I've been
Mhm.
on my routine, I've been consistent. Like I got up in the morning and I did my 30 minutes of movement. I
Yeah.
listened to my personal development this morning. I've been watching my food all day. I haven't been, because I
Mm-hmm.
love to eat and he love to feed me. I'd be like, baby, we gotta stop because I don't feel my best when I don't feed
Yeah.
out. Like I don't want to roll over and give you none. I feel like I'm
Right.
bloated. So when for me, what makes me feel so sexy is when I'm doing those things like that inner work. When I
Yeah.
know I'm doing like it's not for losing weight, it's not for like none of that. It's just because it makes me feel my best. And it's like I want to give my body, I feel proud of me because I stuck
Mm-hmm.
to and like I feel like everybody I call it like with my coaching clients, everybody has a recipe to them. And there are certain
Mm-hmm.
ingredients that are required to make you the best you. Like we got that family member who my mama makes the best chicken salad. When we have Thanksgiving at
Mm-hmm.
the family stuff, then not nobody made chicken salad except for my mom. Like her ingredients, the way she does it, makes the best chicken salad. That's
Yeah.
we got to think about ourselves. There are
Mm-hmm.
ingredients that are needed to make you the best you. One of my
Absolutely.
ingredients is I have to start my days off with 30 minutes of movement. I have to have a book in place. Like you got to figure out what that is, and that's what makes me feel my sexiest. When I use my ingredients to make the best me. Oh,
Yes.
I'm ready to like love on myself and get my body
Mm-hmm.
for my partner to love on me too.
Exactly. I love that. Okay. What is your recipe? I'm gonna put that in the stories, and y'all, if you're listening, go out and answer that. What's your recipe to feeling
Mm-hmm.
your best self, to feeling the sexiest, and presenting your best self? Like it really starts in the mental, like you said. It really does, and then your body responds after that. But if your mental isn't there, your body doesn't respond. You
It
know.
doesn't. And
Um.
even
Mhm.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, even if you don't, like, if you feel like you don't have the time to do certain things, like 30 minutes of movement and stuff, it's even the smallest things, Jew. Like my shower routine. I have these products. Girl, I have a product that make you
Ooh,
smell like a
okay.
fresh baked pound cake. Eat my body butters. Like when I'm moisturizing, it makes my skin feel so soft. Like that. It's
Yes.
when I run out of my body butter. It's like, oh, something off. I ain't feeling sexy. Don't say like my skin. No, it's even the
Yes.
simplest things. Like your getting ready routine, like taking that time to love on yourself. Like
Yeah.
that's what can make you feel even sexy because it starts with you. Your
That's
partner
true.
can tell you all day that like, oh, you sexy. I want to touch on you, but if you ain't feeling it, like no.
Listen, I literally right before we got on here, I was, running around doing some errands when I got home, and I was like, oh, I need to try on because my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm having like this little shindig. It's like a Western theme or whatever. It's gonna be real cute, and it's like a cowgirl theme. And I'm not real big on wearing shorts, but I'm like, you know what? It's 2023. I'm turning 33. Fuck it, okay? I'm going all out. And so just looking at myself in these shorts, because it's not something that I always do, but looking at myself in these shorts and like I put on a little outfit, did my little makeup, put on some earrings. I was like, damn, girl, you look good. Like, you look good. When you look good, you feel good. It really starts there. I can't tell you the amount of times, and it's just being transparent, where I didn't look the best and I didn't feel the best. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Me
I
too.
wake up, yes, we all have those moments because not every day is sunshine and roses and peaches. It ain't that, okay? But it's you being intentional saying, hey, I know I want to feel better, so I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to do that. You know what I mean? You are
Mm-hmm.
in control of that change. So I'm here for it. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I'm not. I mean, okay. So when it comes to the self pleasure part, right? So obviously, self pleasure. What comes to mind? Like you said, that could just be you loving on you and whatever that looks like. But to get down to the nitty gritty, what when it comes to self pleasure and it comes to like masturbation or toys and things of that nature, I'm not very familiar with it, okay? I have a group of friends that we hang out. I do girls' nights. And I'm the girls' girl. Like, I love getting my girls around, having discussion like we're doing now. I thrive off of it. And I remember we were talking, and I was like, I've never been to a novelty store. Like, I've never been to a toy store ever in my life. Never. Now, I did go to a toy party once. My friend, shout out to Alicia, this was years ago. She had one, and I was so timid, okay? So timid, so nervous. I was spooked. Do you hear me? Spooked, okay? You can tell I was less than a beginner, okay? Because everybody else in the room is like, oh, yeah, I got this one, da, 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 da. And I'm like, I'll take a little shower puff. Thank you. That's all. I literally spent
True.
$30 on a loofah, okay? A loofah.
You could have got that from the Dollar Tree.
Girl. Now, it did have like some type of motor in there, but I never used it for that, like a massager or something inside the loofah. But it was battery
Oh.
operated. I don't know how that worked. I was a little bit nervous to put that, on parts. Because I was like, wait, how is this? Like, is this safe? Like, yeah, I spent $30 on a loofah and I never used it for the intended purpose, I guess. Because I just was cleaning my body with it. That's about it. But I want to, in this year, and everybody hears me saying this, and y'all see me now, I want to explore that side. Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with you pursuing that side of self pleasure and getting, aids and toys and assistance, to take you to that next level. Okay? Because if you can't make yourself orgasm, how somebody else gonna do it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is this right?
That's right.
Okay. So
Yes.
tell me, because I know you are the expert of it all when it comes to
So, I just wanted to say, like, I love that you're sharing that because it's so many
that.
of the females out there like you who like they've never partaken in sex toys, or like been
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to look for them, and that's rightfully so because that's something like that's it's intimate. We've been
Yes.
taught that it's private, and so what
Mm-hmm.
I do is I actually do those toy parties, but I call it like sex ed classes
Oh,
because
I
I'm
love it.
educating. Yeah, so I have like ladies get together for their girls' night. I'm kind of like what
Mm-hmm.
you said you went to, and
Mm-hmm.
all the ladies get together. I've even done co-ed before. My husband comes with me when we have the couples, and we're just
Really?
educating. So like a lot of people, like there's no spaces like that to be educated
Mm-hmm.
on sex. You want to know how to up your freak number. You want to know how to please
Exactly.
yourself. So we have
Yes.
those sex ed classes, but they're so fun. They feel like a party. And
I
I
love it.
educate, but then I also show different products that tie into the education. So
Mm.
when it comes to self pleasure, it's good. Like you wanna, that might be a route a lot of people want to take. Like you can talk after the party. I'm in a
Mhm.
private area, and we can talk. Okay, what is it that you've never had before? Or you're a beginner. Let's talk
Right.
about this may work for you. And then instead of you like just being at a store and
Mhm.
you're buying something and you leave, like that's just a clerk. Like this, I'm someone who I can actually educate you on that product, what to do with it, and how to reach the goals that you're wanting to reach with your self pleasure. And
Mhm.
so, like, yeah, I don't know if is this the point where I show something?
Yes, girl. She got some gifts for us. Okay, and I'm here for it. I know this is gonna be quite hilarious, but I'm here for it because I would like to know. Okay, so I'm a beginner. I don't
Okay.
know. All I had was a shower loofah. Like
Okay.
that's all I got. Okay. What
Mhm.
would you recommend? What do you have in your arsenal that could, give me that satisfaction that could introduce me to this world?
Yeah. So first, I have to shout out the Candy Burris. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have to shout out Candy Burris because even though my brand, I'm a life coach and a sexologist. I
Mm-hmm.
also like to have like quality products that I can offer with that coaching. And so,
Yeah.
about 4 years ago, I joined Candy Burris's business, Bedroom Candy, and
Okay, I've
she
heard of it.
has products like for because with sex you want to make sure your vaginal hygiene is on point, even hygiene for men
Mm-hmm.
too. Your Bath and Body, those body butters, and that product that I said leave me smelling like a pound cake. Down
Mm-hmm.
below, like she has really quality products, including toy line, and I've been
Really?
blessed, yeah, over the years to just I've built a team of other sexuality coaches, and we just all over just spreading the education of sex. Okay, but
That's awesome.
one of her products that I think is really good for females who have never experimented with a toy is this is called Candy Kisses. And it's a bullet vibrator. Bullet vibrators are real good for beginners, and you can use the bullet like typically for like clitoral stimulation because a lot of
Okay.
women need clitoral stimulation in order to receive an orgasm. And
Okay.
just throwing look, the education comes out here. Your clitoris,
Okay.
ladies, the only purpose the
Mm-hmm.
clitoris serves is for an orgasm. It ain't for urination. Like with a penis, they nut out of there,
Right.
and they also urinate out of it. But your clitoris is just for you to experience an orgasm. God meant for women to experience pleasure.
Get
Okay,
some pleasure out of this, okay?
that's what your clitoris was made for. No other purpose. And so,
Wow.
this is a great like bullets are really great for beginners. I love this because of the shape of it. It
And it's
is
so small and this. Oh wow! It looks like lipstick.
It's a lipstick. Yeah. And so like the bullet shape of
Oh.
it, you can use that and figure out what you like. Like do
Mm-hmm.
you like that left side of your clitoris aroused? Do you like it along the top? And that's like you can learn how to teach somebody else. Like, oh, when you're pleasing me orally, you gotta like
Right.
move your tongue on this side or keep it right down at
The-
whatever. You can
right.
figure out your speed. Like, do you like it slow or do you look? You got to move it fast. You got to do a circular motion. But this is it's really cute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Is
very
it more than
quiet.
one speed?
Huh?
Is it more than one speed, or is it just one speed?
Yeah, it's 7 different speeds and patterns on
Seven.
this.
Seven.
Yeah, so you can figure out. You can start
Oh,
at the lowest and work your way on up to stuff. But it's so
it
cute and
is.
it's even powerful for the woman who's experienced with toys. Like it's a real good power to
Okay,
it.
so it's almost like your not every day, but anybody can use this. Like anybody can get something from this. The beginner and the most
Uh
novice.
huh.
Okay.
Yep. And I heard you mention your first toy with the loofah. It came with a battery. Like, no, girl, this is USB rechargeable.
That's
So right there, like you
USB.
charge it up. Uh huh.
Girl.
Yeah, no
No
batteries. No
battery.
batteries. I was like, oh. And you know, when I joined Bedroom Candy Jew, that was my first time. Like, oh, a toy with like you charge it. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. Like you can literally charge it. And it's so discreet where no one will
Yeah.
really be able to tell what it is. Because some ladies are a
Mm-hmm.
little bit nervous about that. And I understand you have to take baby steps, whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable. So now you have a product that,
Mm-hmm.
just from the naked eye, you would think it's just some lipstick. But in reality,
Yep.
it's doing the business. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you
Uh-huh.
recommend for the next step? Like the person that isn't a beginner, but they're still searching for something else. Like something more, a little bit more spicy, or something that's going to bring them to that next thrill. Maybe they have a partner, maybe they don't.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What do
I'll
you recommend?
start here because, like I said, like I
Mm-hmm.
it's the education piece for me. I'm so passionate about
Mm-hmm.
educating and just doing this for as long as I have, just realizing like so many women don't know how to get an orgasm through penetration. And so when they're in a relationship where the partner is a male, it's like sometimes that partner can feel like they're inadequate or they're not doing something. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's just like a lot of women need clitoral stimulation in order to reach an orgasm. So I want to show you two. I want to show you
Okay.
two.
Okay.
The
I'm here
first one
for
is
it.
like I call it G spot homework with my ladies. Like do your
Mm.
G spot homework. That's that penetrative orgasm. And so this is
Okay.
called the allure.
Oh
Okay,
wow. Okay.
and
Okay.
you
It's pretty.
notice,
Okay.
it's shaped like
Mm-hmm.
a hook. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because a hook penis, like it really hits that G spot real good, and we can look. We can do a whole nother episode or something. We can do some G spot education.
Yes.
But this is
Really?
really it's flexible, and you can use this with yourself to figure out how do you like it, like how we were talking about with, and that was called the candy kisses. So figuring
Mm-hmm.
out like how you like to, where you need to be touched, what's your speed, and all of that with your clitoris. You can also figure
Mm-hmm.
out penetration wise, like how do you like it? Do you like it going in and out fast? Do you have to be at a certain angle? This really helps you to learn how to hit your own spot, get that orgasm from the inside. And
Mm-hmm.
the handle, like I said, is flexible. You can put it up in and move your handle way to the side. I
Oh
love, like you
wow.
see right here, it has that indentation like the real tip of a
Oh my
penis.
goodness, it does.
So you feel it, like it really rubs up against that G spot area. So you can just play around with this, and this is USB rechargeable as well. It's so cute. Look at the
Oh, yes,
studded
it is.
handle.
Of course, it's USB rechargeable. I mean, how convenient. you know.
Yes. And then with the
Wow.
partner, just
Mm-hmm.
realizing that's what like I really like with men really love to educate them on, like, no, it's not you, it's just like she need over 70% of women need clitoral
Mm-hmm.
stimulation in order to orgasm. Like that's what that clitoris is for. Like the vagina
Yeah.
gets too much credit. Penetration feels
Yeah.
good, but it's the clitoris.
The
Even with
clitoris.
the
Yeah.
G
Okay.
spot, it's not really a G spot. It's actually another part of the clitoris from the inside that's getting stimulated. People don't know that. So
Really? I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. So if
Uh,
you're with a male partner, you may want to try
mhm.
something like our couples ring. And of course, Candy would have a product called R&B. Y'all know she's in music.
Of course she does. Okay.
Yeah, this is called R&B, and you put this ring onto the male, onto his penis, and it vibrates, and the ears hit against your clitoris, so you're getting that clitoral stimulation while you're being penetrated, and it helps,
Oh,
so you can get your pleasure, ladies. And the bullet is removable too, so you can take it out, and when you're not using it with
oh
your
my
partner, it's like
goodness.
two toys in one. You got that bullet style that we were just talking about earlier,
Right.
and even
And then
he
you
can
have the
use
ring.
it. Yeah, if he wants to stimulate his
Wow.
testicles or something, while he giving himself, when he masturbating, he can do that. So this is
True.
another one of my favorites.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this. When it comes to, and it's just me asking the question because I'm curious. So when it comes to sex toys or whatever, I know I hear a lot of like just in passing in conversations with friends. Sometimes men can be intimidated with the whole sex toys and bringing that into the bedroom because they think
Mm-hmm.
that it's maybe it can't replace the man. And like you said, I don't think it's necessarily trying to replace the man, but it's
Mm-hmm.
an aid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard that sometimes women, is there a thing? Oh, let me get my question right. Is there such thing as overusing a sex toy where you can get like desensitized a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're getting this instant gratification from this toy, but then when it comes to a man, you can't necessarily orgasm. Is there such thing as that? Like, is it possible?
That's definitely a thing. Like it's even with, I don't know if you've heard like some people where they may become addicted to porn and to the point where, they
Mm-hmm.
can't get an orgasm without watching the porn, or they think that that's how it's supposed to
Right.
be. When you have like just regular, like this real life, it's hard for them to be
Mm-hmm.
aroused. It's the same thing with toys. You wanna like just be careful with it. Like using
Yeah.
too much, you can train your body to where that's the only way you know how to experience pleasure. And I feel
Yeah.
like even with that, you have to do it a lot. Okay, it got to be like to the
Mm-hmm.
extreme.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can definitely lead to that. So you just want to just be mindful. But yeah, that's definitely a
Okay.
danger.
Now I know a couple of years ago a friend of mine, we were like, of course, having another girls' night, and when they heard that I had never purchased a sex toy, somebody was like, "Girl, you need to get the rose." And then I'm reading all this stuff on like social media about the rose, and I was like, "Yeah, that's beyond my level. It's too much for me. I can't do it." It's a no. Like I read a review where the girl said she literally died and went to heaven and came back. Like what? That's wild. What in the world? Like, have you heard about that? Like, what?
Now bedroom candy and like because those are the only products that I sell, and the reason why
Mm-hmm.
I can stand behind them is because of the quality of material. Like
Yes.
it's certain you want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure your toys are made out of a certain material. All of ours are made out of like 100% silicone, which is body safe and
Yeah.
won't cause any irritations. Like
Right.
plastics and stuff hold liquids and bacteria in it. It can lead to things you don't want to have.
True.
So bedroom
Yeah.
candy has its own version of the rose. We call it's the
Yeah.
womanizer. And baby,
Oh.
the womanizer, if it's the version of the rose, then I can see why those women feel that way about it. Because that one, oh, now that's when I have to make sure I gotta we gotta put her away for a couple days.
You can't do that back to back. You can't
Right.
do
Like it's like no, you
that.
can easily like it feels so good. And just like the
Really?
rose, it's a clitoral suction toy. Like that's what the
Mm-hmm.
womanizer is, and it just oh, it sucks on your
Oh,
clitoris
wow.
so good.
Oh,
I'm having
Lord. Okay.
flashbacks
All
thinking about
right.
it. Whew.
So what's gonna happen is we gonna like put the link of all. Can they order your stuff online?
Yeah, I'll share my
Can they
link with you.
We gonna share the link on the Instagram and on the Facebook because clearly I know that some people need to go ahead and place an order, starting with me. Let me put my visa in immediately, because I like honestly I just don't I didn't know where to start, and a part of me, like I said, was curious about that world and about that side of intimacy and self pleasure, but I just didn't know where to start because trying like Houston has a lot of those stores. Okay, first of all, I'm in Houston, and it's so weird because a lot of the stores I'm used to like them being like really like grungy looking and very like truck stop type of places. But there's this place I don't remember the name. It's like bright. Like every time you pass one, because they have multiple locations, they have the brightest light shined on. The windows are like wide open. You
Like
can
you
see
gonna
who
see
went there. I'm
this?
like, oh yes, I'm dead serious, and it's off the freeway on a main street, and I'm like, no way in hell am I going in there because people gonna see me in there. But the reality is, it's normal. It's normal, just as sex
Yeah.
is normal. Is
Mm-hmm.
you getting to know you? Is you getting comfortable? Is you finding out what pleases you?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this part of the conversation was needed because there's so many women that haven't tapped into that side, and then they still have additional issues when it comes to finding what pleases them with their partner
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't found out what pleases them individually.
Right.
So I'm gonna challenge myself, and I hope the people that are listening challenge themselves in 2023. The last episode I ended it with my guest asking her what was her sex goals, and one of mine was being more vocal as far as what I want, whether or not it's pleasure or whether or not it's in life, whatever the case is, but just being vocal about that. And I'm gonna add this to my sex goals. I'm going to purchase one. Okay, I'm gonna purchase one. I'm gonna tap into this
Mm-hmm.
side of the world. It ain't gonna be a loofah again. Okay, it's not gonna be a $30 loofah. But I'm going to buy something and just give it a try to see what happens. Girl, if I text you,
Yes.
be like, girl,
Yes.
girl.
I'm here
If
for
I,
it, Drew. I am here
yes,
for it.
it's liberating. It's freedom. You know what I mean? Just being able to talk about it, do it, and be okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I feel like growing up, we're not exposed to this. You know, like we're not exposed to this, and you it's crazy because they put this pressure on you, like, okay, don't have sex until you're married, da, 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 don't have sex until you're grown, until you're able to mature. But then the reality is, you go all of these years not doing anything, but you still don't know what it is that you like. And then when you do get to that point of having sex, you don't enjoy it because it's basically jackhammering and what the hell,
Mm-hmm.
like, what is this? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
haven't taken the time. So I feel like I'm definitely becoming more of an advocate when it comes to teaching, of course, obviously younger girls about their bodies, but
Mm-hmm.
also exploring their route of, okay, maybe you're not ready or mature enough to do the whole sexual thing, but this is how you can possibly learn your body and learn what
Yes.
you like. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for it. I'm excited. Let me add this to my sex goals. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Now, do you have anything else to show us? What if you are with your partner, right? And you and your partner, you want to spice it up where you want to, I don't know, like do something spontaneous or try something new or like I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was like, have you ever spiced it up going to a different location or, like a different position or maybe
Mm-hmm.
a toy like you just showed? Like, what else would you recommend?
Well, I have another toy that y'all might
Okay.
like, and y'all might remember if you're a Real Housewives of Atlanta fan. You
Mm-hmm.
might remember seeing it on there when Candy had all the couples on the bus with
Oh,
a
when they went
little
on the trip.
remote. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking to like just spice it up, which by the way, I do an adult sex ed class on Zoom every single month, and this month's topic is keeping the spice in a relationship. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure when this airs,
Ooh.
but it's a Thursday. I think that's the 26th at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern. Maybe we can share that
Okay.
link too.
Yes.
But definitely a way to keep the spice. I feel like it comes very close to like almost like having sex in public. Is
Ooh.
our vibrating panties, and they're called Groove. Okay, Candy would need to
Oh.
play off of music and stuff. So it's a
Are you
vibrator.
serious?
Yeah, this is the vibrator, and it goes inside your panties, and it actually comes with this cute little black lace panty. Um,
Oh
if
my.
these don't fit you, because they don't fit me,
Mm.
I'm a big girl
Okay.
too. But
Mm-hmm.
every single panty, I don't think that people realize that every single panty has this little pocket in the
They
middle.
do.
And I never knew until I joined Bedroom Kitty that the pocket was for vibrators.
Oh, that's what it's for real? Oh,
Girl.
I
So
didn't
your
know that.
vibrator goes inside of there, and so you can wear it out with the panty it comes with, or with your own panty, and you can
Wow.
give your partner the remotes, and
Uh-huh.
they can zap you and send vibrations to you while you're out. Like me and my husband, like we like to wear it out to dinner. And he crazy.
Okay.
He like to wait until the waitress come up to the table to zap me.
Oh
But
my
it's fun.
goodness.
It makes it feel like you're being aroused and like playing with each
Right.
other sexually and intimately in front of people, and they don't even know what's going on. So
Oh.
the partner can zap you. It also has a button for like the different speeds and patterns, like a regular vibrator. And then my
Okay.
favorite one, I heard you mention earlier that you came up with a playlist to turn you on,
Mm-hmm.
like the microphone option. So you can hit this button, put it to the speaker, and it'll vibrate to the music.
Are you
Or your partner
serious?
can, girl, yes. Like your partner can even talk into it and it'll vibrate to their voice.
Oh
Like my husband
my
like to do little
goodness.
stuff on it. Like he'll make little noises and
Are
it
you
feels so good.
serious? Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Now, I've
So
heard
this
of
is
like
definitely
vibrating pants.
spicy.
That's different. That whole music part and like going based upon the song, that's different. I've heard of
Uh-huh.
vibrating panties before, but I've never seen that aspect of it. That is different. That is
Yeah.
mind blowing.
Yeah, Candy was
Mm.
like she was on to something when she did that. And like but she's really heavy into music. And so I love
Right.
that how she tied the music into the
Mm-hmm.
products.
Yeah.
That's a hitter right there.
Okay then, y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? Ladies and or gentlemen, grab this. Okay, when I share this link, make sure y'all go place the order. Okay, so y'all can have vibrating panties on.
Okay.
That is very different. Okay, then. All right. I'm
I
there for
mean, you
the
said how to keep it, take the spice up a notch. That's gonna take the spice
Yes.
up a notch.
I'm loving it. I am loving it, honey. Okay. Oh, this wasn't too bad. I didn't die. Okay. But no. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But it just goes into that same thing that I said, like that stigma of thinking that, it's something weird or it's something taboo or it's something like, oh my God, I can't say this out loud. Like, we grown as hell. You 32, okay? You 32,
Mhm.
you 30 plus. And, if you can be out there bumping and grinding and having sex, you can be out there talking about it. And it's healthy.
Yes.
So I'm here for it. Now, let me ask you this. I was on TikTok one day, right? And so I saw the craziest, funniest video. TikTok is
Girl,
child.
what you see,
It's
Drew?
crazy. So it was this couple, okay, and I don't necessarily follow the couple. I follow the girl, but I don't follow the couple's page.
Mhm.
And it's two females or whatever. And she was like, I think she was intending to be funny, but she was like, when it's what did she say? When it's that time or when it's time to get started. And she was in the kitchen, right? And I'm like, okay, well, she's hinting towards sex or whatever it is. And she has a pot on the stove. And she's literally boiling dildos. And I'm like, is that how you supposed to clean it? Like, why are you cleaning it in your kitchen in a pot?
In the pots that we cook the macaroni and cheese in,
I promise you,
that we
on
boil
everything
our
I
oodles
love.
and noodles in.
Yes, it looked like she was boiling turkey necks. I ain't lying to you. I was like, what in the hell? I was like, is that a turkey neck? No. What is going on? So I need to know. I know that they make some type of solution. Like, I also want to, as much as I want to provide my audience and I want to learn about, using these aids and using this experience to better myself, I also want to educate myself on how to properly do it, right?
Yeah.
So, like you said, Bedroom Candy has very safe products when it comes to just inserting something obviously inside of you and touching you on your most intimate parts. School the people that cannot be the proper way to clean a damn.
No, ma'am. No. So,
Okay.
and I'm glad that you said that because I always, like when I
Mm.
do the sex ed parties,
Mm-hmm.
they so fun. They feel like parties, but people really be getting educated.
Yes.
When they come into the ordering room with me and they order these toys, I make sure I tell them, like, you want to make sure you properly clean it. Because even though it's made out of 100% silicone, which is the most safest material to put on our body parts, you
Mm-hmm.
still want to keep it clean. So we do have a toy cleaner. It's called Sparkle and Shine that you can
Oh, that's
use. You
cute.
ain't got to boil with
Mm-hmm.
it. But then there's another product that you always want to use with toys too. You don't want to cause any
Okay.
friction down below when you're
Mm-hmm.
using your toys. So you want to make sure you have a really good lubricant. So we
Okay.
have, oh my God, I love our lubricants. This is one that me and my husband, we make sure we never run out of. It looked like
Really?
real, can I say pussy juice?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say, girl.
It looked like pussy juice. Like it looks like
Are you
calm and
serious?
they don't get sticky. Before I joined Bedroom Candy, all I knew was products like from Walmart. I would go and
Mm-hmm.
get
Mm-hmm.
certain like the brands everybody know. Those two letters.
Right.
I ain't gotta put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, like lubricant. So you want to make sure you have a good lubricant to use with it. It makes the toy use more enjoyable. Like slide in
Mm-hmm.
and out. It ain't dry. Just like with a real
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
and want to have sex like dry, you want a good lubricant. So lubricant and toy
Okay.
cleaner you want to get with your toy.
Those two. Okay. And that's good advice. That's good advice. That's sound advice. Because, you don't want to be over here trying to stick something in. Maybe you ain't wet enough yet. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
ain't got to that point. You need some assistance. And it's okay. Because a lot
Yeah.
of people, associate lubricant with saying, oh, you just dry. And maybe you need some additional assistance. And that's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely
That's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
It's a comfort level. It's a comfort level of, okay, I like this feeling, or you know what, I need to add a little something to,
Mm-hmm.
get it a little wetter. That's just what you need to do. Okay. Ooh, this is just spicy. Okay, I already know. I'm gonna let you go ahead and just fill up my cart and tell me what I need, and then I'm gonna just go in.
That's what I'm
Which is
here
bad.
for. I can talk you through your voice.
Yes. I'm gonna have to. Okay, if you ever come to the Houston area, we definitely gonna have to link, and I'm gonna definitely have to have a party. But do you also offer the parties like virtually, or is it just strictly in person?
Yeah, so I do virtual parties. Like I said, we do a virtual party, but it's adult sex ed is how we call it.
Okay.
We do that every
Mhm.
month, but I do virtual parties, and then like I said, I have a whole
Okay.
team of sexuality coaches. And so if you
Right.
wanted
Okay.
something in person, I have a couple of coaches on my team that's in the Texas area. I don't know if you've heard of
Okay.
Beaumont. I don't know how far
That's
Beaumont's
not
from
too
you.
far. That's
Yep.
not too far. I think it's like 90 miles or so. That's not too far.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I have
Look at
coaches
you
all over.
worldwide.
Yeah, for something
The
in
girl is
person.
worldwide, honey. Worldwide. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
She she's spreading this pleasure worldwide.
Woo!
Okay. My guest last week, she was saying that there was a book. I can't remember the name of it, but she said there was a book. She read it, and it basically motivated her to put this title, to her name, that she's a pleasure activist. And I said, damn it, I like
I
that.
like that.
I like that. That's spicy. Girl, you need to
Mm.
add that to your name. Pleasure activist.
Yes.
Okay. But I love it. It's bringing back, like we said earlier, liberating people, bringing back the voice in the whole thing of it's not just, oh, what can you do for someone else, but what can we both reciprocate for each other?
Mhm.
What can I give to myself? So
Mhm.
I'm here, and I love that we have. You definitely opened my eyes when it comes to, even just the toy part and the AIDS is not necessarily just for foreplay either.
Mhm.
It can be used for obviously the actual intercourse. It
Yeah.
can be used as an aid. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I definitely thank you for that. I love that. I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, since we didn't already got into the part about us, your girl Jew, and you already know what today is. It's drop day. So if you're hearing this part of the podcast, just know that it is the second half to this actual episode. Stay tuned because I'm dropping the next one for episode 17. So if you enjoyed episode 16, stay tuned for episode 17. Talk to you later.